Row 8 will be Jimmy Owens in 20 and Clay Harris in 6. Row 9 is Carson Ferguson in the 93, Rick Eckert in the 0. Row 10 is Cody Overton in 97, Greg Satterley in 22. Row 11 is Boom Briggs and Logan Robertson. And your provisionals tonight are Brendan Smith and Corey Lawler. What a sight, race fans. How about this? On this ultra-wide half-mile, Dustin Jarrett, 6 wide at Pittsburgh. What a sight we have, my friend.
Yes, sir, it absolutely is like nowhere else in the entire world. The only place I ever saw another 6 wide was the old Kentucky Lake Motor Speedway. As the field has taken formation down the back straightaway and through turns 3 and 4, this is a salute to you, the greatest race fans in the entire world. How about it, Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway? Up on your feet. This is the 36th running of the Pittsburgher, presented by Big River Steel.
All right, Dustin Jarrett, we've got 3 former Pittsburgher winners in the house. That would be Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson O'Neal, and Greg Satterley. The odds are pretty good. We're going to have a brand new winner. Who's going to walk away with the richest first place prize ever here at PPMS?
James, I think we do see a first-time Pittsburgher winner, and I think it's going to be the guy on the outside front row behind the wheel of the Rocket One. My money's on T-Mac, Tim McCready.
Well, Garrett Alberson, he was running 4th here last night, had a shredded tire, knocked him out of competition, but he will get the biggest win of his career because young Weston already needs a brand new pair of shoes, I bet. That would look nice there in Las Cruces, New Mexico. For the Roberts Racing 58, can he get the biggest win of his career? He has had a career year here in 2024. We mentioned Devin Moran leading the Big River Steel Chase to the championship presented by ARP. Starts in 12th. By the way, in his last 20 starts in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, dating back to Lernerville, June the 21st, he has run in the top 4 18 of those 20 times. His worst finishes over that stretch has been a 7th and a 10th, trying to maintain that consistency and get his first Lucas Oil Championship here in 2024. Everybody could remain seated here in a little bit. We appreciate it. Jeff Porro on the flag stand, our chief starter here, as we will start this race. Again, 70 laps. We ran 30 last night. We get to the 100 total, but 70 here tonight for $50,000 out of $150,000 purse. It's Jonathan Davenport and Tim McCready. Between them, they've got 5 Lucas Oil Championships as we start at the Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. One to keep an eye on that 0-2 car, Michael Norris. He and Max Blair had a great heat race here earlier tonight, nearly a photo finish. Jonathan Davenport will lead lap 1 here at Pittsburgh. Tim McCready running in the 2nd spot in car number 1. Then you have the battle there for 3rd between Mason Ziegler. Mason Ziegler's did a lot of racing here. He run in the Rush late models as well this weekend. He won here last night, finished 6th at the Lucas Oil race as he goes to the 3rd spot in car number 25Z. Former Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year, Michael Norris runs in 4th at the O2. Garrett Alberson is 5th there in 58. As we work lap 3 of 70. Getting paid $50,000 to win. That is a record. Last year we paid $30K. Blair Crest Jr., the new owner here, has taken over from the Miley family in the last couple of years. Done a great job with this facility. And well-deserved. A packed house here tonight as we head down the back straightaway with Mikey Marler and Ricky Thornton Jr. battle for position right there. Right now, Davenport leads, McCready 2nd. Thornton runs in 7th. Moran is already up to 8th. Devin Moran started in 12th, and he's making a move right there. So you have Two of the four championship contenders right there. The 99 of Devin Moran and the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. going at it. Moran's got a good hot rod. Devin Moran, he's trying to go back-to-back here in Pittsburgh. As I mentioned, in his last 20 starts in the Lucas Oil Series, worst finish has been a 10th. In the top four 18 times since June the 21st in Lucas Oil Late 100 Series competition. In fact, he has picked up the most points in the series since June 21st. Right now, Jonathan Davenport off of turn number 4. That Nutrient Solutions car number 49 holding down the top spot. McCready runs in second. Moran is from 12th to 6th already. Within 6 laps, Devin Moran on the move in that Roger Sellers double down car. There's Michael Norris, the Todd Sorenzo 2. The Roberts Racing 58 for Garrett Alberson. They go side by side at a turn number 4. And Garrett Alberson's going to pick up a spot at 58. Garrett up to 4th. Mason Ziegler a solid 3rd right now. Mason Ziegler has only 2 career wins in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Both came at East Bay. Moran on the move at 99. Devin Moran on the move in 99. Again, Moran on that bottom, and he's going to get another spot. Devin Moran in the first 8 laps has gone from 12th to 5th. Down the back straightaway. Sporting the Midwest Sheba DeLorean spoiler down the back straightaway. He'll battle with Alberson. Devin Moran looks unstoppable here this weekend. He led every lap a night ago, and he's going to gain another spot. 12th to 4th for the 99. The 30-year-old, he turned 30 a week ago. Jonathan Davenport continues to lap as he picks up the tail in the field as he is in traffic now down the main straightaway. Tim McCready is still second. Then it's Ziegler, Moran, Alberson, your top 5. So the Clements Power Plant under the hood of that Nutrient Ag Solutions. Dynagrow seat AEC warranty. Longhorn chassis for Jonathan Davenport. Came close here a few years ago. Off at turn number 4. As we have in the record books here tonight, 11 of them. Jonathan Davenport has led from the drop of the green flag. There's your second place car in the Valvoline Hybrid Calf Ranch is number 1 for Mark Richards Racing, Tim McCready, the 50-year-old out of Watertown, New York, seeking his 3rd career championship in the Lucas Oil Late 100 Series as he fires off at turn number 4 in the 2nd spot. 3rd right now is Mason Ziegler. Again, former Lucas Oil Late 100 Series Rookie of the Year. And there's Devin Moran from 12th to 4th right now as we head down the back straightaway. 12 laps in the record books here tonight. Caution 3 so far. Devin Moran probably hopes it. I don't know. He may want a caution later on. Who knows? He's rolling pretty good right now. He's picked up 9 spots here early on. Actually, 8 spots as he heads down the back straightaway. Right now, 6th is Norris, 7th is Thornton, 8th is Blair, 9th is O'Neill, 10th runs the top rookie, Drake Troutman in 7. As we come off of turn number 4, 14 laps in the books here tonight at Pittsburgh. $50,000 on the line. Jonathan Davenport won the last at Port Royal here in Pennsylvania, won at the end of August. Bobby Pierce winning at Knoxville, $50K. Devin Moran has got another spot. Devin Moran, 12th to 3rd. In car number 99. What else can you say about him? He's had a career year. He's trying to top it off this year with a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series National Championship as he heads down the back straightaway. Devin Moran, 12th to 3rd as we come out at turn number 4 down the main straightaway with 16 complete. Davenport continues to lead. He's led all 16 laps so far. There he is in the 49 car. The 40-year-old out of Blairsville, Georgia, Tim McCready. Right now, behind him is 1.7 seconds as we have 17 in the record books here tonight. There's Jimmy Owens, 4-time series champion. In fact, tied with Jonathan Davenport now at 82 career wins. They are second behind the all-time winningest driver, Scott Bloomquist. Down the back straightaway, there's Ricky Thornton Jr., Garrett Alberson battling for position. Right now, Thornton in 5th, Alberson 6th, Max Blair, last night's Todd Steelbuilding's Iron Charger 7th, Norris 8th, O'Neill 9th, Drake Troutman remains in 10th at 100%. Battle there side by side in turn number 1. Hudson O'Neill 8th. He's a former winner of this Pittsburgher. Down the back straightaway. Again, only 3 drivers that have ever won this race in the field here tonight. That would be O'Neill, Thornton, and Greg Satterley. Here we go, battle down the back straightaway. McCready is going to have to get around Boom and Jimmy Owens into turn number 3, trying to make up some time. The deficit last time was 0.8 of a second. McCready is going to have to make quick work up on the berm in turn 4. He cannot get around Briggs and Owens into 1. It's still Davenport with 20 laps scored here tonight. Tim McCready. Now Devin Moran will start to close on him. Here comes 99. There's Moran right there. Moran is right there. Devin Moran in the picture now. As he's close to about 5 car lengths behind McCready. McCready cannot get around either Jimmy Owens or Boom Briggs down the back straightaway as the deficit grows up to 1.7 seconds. It was down to 0.8 of a second. Jonathan Davenport continues to lead off at turn 4 with 22 complete here tonight. And now McCready in it's around Owens. Devin Moran on the bottom at 99. He'll have to deal with the O-Show. He'll make quick work of the Newport, Tennessee driver. So Jimmy Owens a lap down, but right now the 99 are still on the move as they battle the tail end of the field. Cody Overton in front of the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. Cody Overton, the final car on the lead lap in this race so far. That's gone caution-free for the first 23 laps. Tim McCready, Moran is right there as they go into turn number 3. As they work lap 24 here tonight at Pittsburgh. Devin Moran, for the first time this race, goes to the top shelf. He'll try to get around former Pittsburgher winner Greg Satterley into turn 1. He'll make quick work of the Indiana PA driver. So you got second and third right there. What a charge for Devin Moran. 12th to 3rd here tonight. Can he get 2 more spots and become a Pittsburgher winner here for the first time in his career? His dad won it multiple times. Donnie Moran, the Hall of Famer, as they come off at turn number 4. Devin Moran trying to change his line. Will that work for him? He's been on the bottom most of this race as he'll diamond off turns 1 and 2 in that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports 99. 25 complete here tonight. Meanwhile, Thornton is 4th. Ziegler is 5th. O'Neill 6th. Blair 7th. Alverson 8th. Harris. Clay Harris, good run for Clay, up to 9th. And in 10th runs Michael Norris. So Clay Harris started 16th. The driver currently 2nd in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase for the Jupiter, Florida driver. Right now, he is the top rookie in this race, just ahead of Drake Troutman. There you see Tim McCready and Devin Moran. Right now, the advantage for JD. You're not missing anything up front. It's 3.5 seconds for the 49 car. McCready and Moran trying to track him down as they head into turn number 3. Jonathan Davenport, your race leader. Into turn number 1 already now. Ricky Thornton Jr. now throwing his name into the hat. Right here, there comes the 20 RT for Kohler Motorsports. The Hooker Trucking Coleman Farm Century down the back straightaway. Good 3-car battle for second. So the top 4 in the championship points run 1 through 4 as they come off of turn 4. 29 laps scored. So it's Jonathan Davenport, Tim McCready, Devin Moran, the 20 RT. Now Moran's going to go to the outside. Boom Briggs through the middle now. Here comes McCready. He has cleared Boom into 1. But Jonathan Davenport, meanwhile, it's 4.5 seconds. Davenport wants it to stay green. See if these guys can catch him here. Down the back straightaway. McCready now distancing himself from the 99 of Moran. There's it right there, crosses the loop line well out in front. It's about a straightaway advantage for the 49 car. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 31 complete here tonight. 39 to go. Clear sailing, smooth sailing for the 49, no issues so far. McCready now as Morano throw the slider in on Boom right between the 17 of Logan Robertson. Now here comes Hudson O'Neill, former Pittsburgher winner now. He is 5th in the points, so you've got the top 5 in the points right there running in the top 5. O'Neill trying to get that 5th spot in the points this year, which, by the way, pays $75,000 to the 5th place runner. He's trying to hold off Garrett Alberson for that spot. Right now, we've got 33 in the books. Right now, O'Neal, he'll have to hit the brakes to try to get around the 17. That hurt his momentum. Boone trying to get a lap back from O'Neal. He's still a lap down to the whole field as they come off at turn number 4. It is still Jonathan Davenport, Tim McCready, Devin Moran, Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson O'Neal, your top 5. Max Blair runs 6th, Mason Ziegler 7th, Clay Harris up another spot to 8th, Drake Troutman to 9th, and Carson Ferguson, who was 4th here one night ago, runs in 10th. So Max Blair, we had a stirring performance here one night ago from 17th to 5th. Turning the Todd Steel Building's hard charger, trying to get around the 20 of Jimmy Owens. There's Mason Ziegler in the 25 seat. Mason Ziegler right now, who started up near the front. And right now, only 2 cars out of the race officially will be Brendan Smith will finish 24th. Greg Satterley will finish 23rd. It's down the back straightaway, working lap 37. Moran now, he's trying to go a line higher than Tim McCready. He's caught back up to him in a turn number 3. Jonathan Davenport, unchallenged here tonight so far at Pittsburgh, but 2nd place. Moran trying to go from 12th to 2nd. And here comes Thornton in the 20 RT. Every position important. Moran throws it in on the bottom, and Devin Moran will take the 2nd spot. Devin Moran with 33 laps to go. Now he'll distance himself from McCready. Can he catch Davenport if this thing stays green? The deficit, ladies and gentlemen, is 6 seconds. Davenport is 6 seconds ahead of the field as O'Neal now, he'll challenge the number 1 car. The car he won the championship with a year ago now. As they come out at turn number 2, O'Neal has the momentum, and Ricky Thornton Jr. has climbed to 3rd. Hudson O'Neal to 4th. McCready back to 5th in car number 1. Jonathan Davenport in that lead right now. We'll check the deficit right now with 39 completed, 6.7 seconds over Devin Moran. There's the battle there. That is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson O'Neal, and the 1 of Tim McCready. So far, the track is held up. Plenty of grooves out here. Tire wear so far good. It's all good for the 49 car. Off at turn 4. Down the main straightaway as he scores lap 41 here tonight. Let's see the advantage. We'll check it on the scoring monitor. For Jonathan Davenport, Garrett Alberson is going to go a lap down. Garrett Alberson started in 4th here tonight, and the advantage is up to 7 seconds for the 49 car. Here comes O'Neal. Hudson O'Neal trying to gain a spot. He'll try to get around Ricky Thornton Jr. as they go side by side at turn number 3. Down the main straightaway, and Hudson O'Neal picks up another spot at 71. So O'Neal's gone to 3rd. They've got to hope now for a caution because the 49 car, and we've got it, caution out of the track. A Dave Warren Power Sports caution, and it's for the 99B of Boom Briggs. Well, Boom Briggs brings out the first caution of the race here at Pittsburgh with 28 laps to go in the Pittsburgher presented by Big River Steel. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania's Motor Speedway. Imperial, Pennsylvania here for the 36th annual Pittsburgher presented by Big River Steel. Jonathan Davenport has led from the drop of the green flag. 42 laps in the books. Devin Moran has come from 12th to 2nd. Hudson O'Neal is now 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th. Tim McCready 5th. Max Blair 6th. Mason Ziegler 7th. Carson Ferguson 8th. 9th is Clay Harris. 10th is Drake Troutman. And I tell you, that caution because the 99 and the 71, do they have anything for the 49, Dustin Jarrett?
Well, they needed that caution, no doubt. We got a little bit of action in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area right now. Jimmy Owens, who was a lap down to the field, has made his way in. They're putting a new right rear tire on that race car, and they just put a new right rear on the driver that was running in the 13th position. That's the 157 of Mike Marlar, as Jerry Sprouse and the crew go to work on that entry. He's got the car fired back up. He's going to make it back out. James, one thing of note, Michael Norris, who picked up a heat race win a little earlier, out of this one early here tonight.
So officially, DJ out of the race. Brendan Smith will finish 24th. Greg Satterley, 23rd. Corey Lawler, 22nd. Michael Norris, as you mentioned, 21st. Boom Briggs will be 20th if he continues on. So our first Dave Warren Power Sports caution of the race. And Dustin Jarrett, Jonathan Davenport had built a 7-second lead over the field, but that has all gone away.
Yeah, that lead has evaporated, and it's going to set the stage for a late race shootout here, James. For the last 5 years, for the last 5 runnings of the Pittsburgher, the winning pass has come with 10 laps or less left in the race. By the way, an update on Michael Norris. He said the car was not that good, and he decided to save the equipment. Meanwhile, Mike Marlar has made his way back down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and Dalton Wilson also bringing the James Ratliff Racing 18D down pit row.
And those drivers there you just mentioned, they're battling for that, 5th through 10th in the final point standings. But from our vantage point up here, DJ, the track still looks good. Plenty racy, 2 and 3 wide.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that I've noticed is drivers are struggling a little bit to keep the car on the high side through turns 3 and 4. They're still able to get a good run on the top coming off turn number 2, but right now they're just not able to get that same momentum on the top side coming off turn number 4. We'll see if that changes over the course of the last 20-some laps here in this race.
So 28 to go. Again, it'll be Jonathan Davenport on the Delaware double file restart. So Devin Moran will have the choice. Either inside or out of the Delaware double file restart. His car's worked great there on the bottom. Again, from 12th to 2nd here tonight. Hudson O'Neill will be 3rd. They'll line up side by side. Then Thornton and McCready will be lined up side by side. So the top 5 in the points are running 1 through 5 right now. Again, 6th is Max Blair. 7th, Mason Ziegler. 8th is Carson Ferguson, who started 17th, by the way. Clay Harris 9th. Drake Troutman runs in 10th. So Dustin Jarrett will talk to the top 3. Who's going to be on the Big River Steel podium here tonight? So the top 2 have never won the Pittsburgher. O'Neill won here a couple of years ago. Thornton's won 2 out of the last 3. So Jonathan Davenport, unchallenged. He had built the lead, as I mentioned, to 7 seconds over the field. And that is all wiped away now, as Devin Moran is going to pick the bottom on Hudson O'Neill. We figured Moran starting 12th. Again, I mentioned that stat before we started. In his last 20 Lucas Oil feature events, Devin Moran has finished in the top 4. Top 4, 18 times. Trying to make it 19 out of 21 right now, and he wants to win, though. That's what he wants. He wants to win in the championship. JD may have something to say about it. O'Neill, Thornton, McCready. 28 to go at Pittsburgh at the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone. Jonathan Davenport will lead them out at turn 4. O'Neill will dive around Moran. O'Neill will go to 2nd out of turn number 2. Oh, look out, turn 2. Moran almost got sideways. He's going to lose another spot. McCready now coming alive again. Tim McCready to the outside of O'Neill. Thornton has got around Moran. Off at turn 4. JD still leads at Pittsburgh. Here's the battle for 2nd down the main straightaway. Give it to the number 1 of McCready. McCready has gone from 5th to first on the restart. McCready now showing some strength in the one, the Rocket one, the Valvoline one. He knows he can't fall any further behind in that championship points run. Moran did a great job early on, 12th to 2nd, but he lost in that restart. He's back to 4th. Thornton is 5th. Ziegler, Blair, Ferguson, Harris, Alberson now back to 10th. They come off at turn number 4. Jonathan Davenport still showing the way here at Pittsburgh with 45 complete. The advantage right now is 1.2 seconds over Tim McCready, Devin Moran, Hudson O'Neill, and Ricky Thornton Jr. O'Neill trying to regroup. He slid up there in turn 2, not sure exactly what happened. Lost some traction, but he's trying to reel him back in. He still has plenty of time down the main straightaway with 24 laps remaining. Jonathan Davenport has led every lap here tonight. There's Tim McCready, head down as he heads into turn number 3. Trying to bring that Rocket Durham, Valvoline, Soybert Camp Wrenches, Petrov Towing 1 to the front. He has a beat on Davenport down the main straightaway. It's down to 0.4 of a second off of that. It's 1.3 for your leader, Jonathan Davenport. Devin Moran right there, 3rd in the 99. 4th is Hudson O'Neill, and 7th. Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in 5th of the 20 RT. Lap 48 coming up. We'll check the deficit. It's back to 1.7. Thornton, Max Blair now. Last night's hard charger. Blair running in 6th. Ziegler is still 7th. Clay Harris, Carson Ferguson, Garrett Alberson. Blair drifts up the track. His good buddy there, Ricky Thornton Jr. to turn number 3. Max Blair looking for the biggest one of his super late model career off of turn number 4. Right now, it's Davenport leading, McCready 2nd, Moran 3rd. Hudson O'Neill 4th, Thornton is 5th. Right there in the battle. Here comes Blair. They go side by side down the back straightaway. You have the championship 4. And Davenport 1st, McCready 2nd, Moran 3rd, Thornton 5th. Off of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. 20 laps to go here at Pittsburgh. 50 in the books. Davenport, McCready, Moran. Off at turn 4, Jonathan Davenport started on the victory fuel pole right now. Still lead. He has been in front every lap here tonight. Looking for another $50,000 payday out of turn number 2. Meanwhile, the battle there. Blair and Thornton side by side in turn number 2. Every finishing position is important, as those 4 drivers running for $500,000 here. Davenport, McCready, Moran, and Thornton, and Blair is cleared. Ricky Thornton Jr. to turn 1. Max Blair now 5th in the Brad Spochas 111 as Davenport continues to lead as he builds it to 2.3 seconds. Clay Harris, how about a shout out to him, 2nd in the O'Reilly Yellow Parts Rookie of the Year chase. In that number 6 car, Brian Green, the crew chief on that car. He is running in 8th, trying to get 7th from Ziggy, and he will. At the loop, Clay Harris in car 6, 53 laps complete. They still go side by side down the back straightaway. Jonathan Davenport, solid here tonight. 2.8, the lead has grown over Tim McCready. That restart for Tim McCready went from 5th to 2nd. Now Moran trying to get back up in there. As he'll go right through the middle of the 99 as they'll clear the 17 of Logan Robertson. A run for Moran through the middle. They're side by side of a turn 4. McCready by a car length. Into turn number 1. 15 laps to go. Now Moran showing some strength in the 99. He'll drift up the track a little bit, leave T-Max some room, but Tim back to 2nd. Good battle there. Tim McCready, Devin Moran off at turn 4, but they trail Jonathan Davenport by nearly 3 seconds in this Pittsburgher. Here comes Devin Moran back on the bottom. And Devin Moran will go back to 2nd. Is there time? Does he need another caution? We've only had one, but the lead has grown to 3.1 seconds. Jonathan Davenport looking for his first win here in the Pittsburgher, as right there side by side, half a car length Moran had at that time. Still in that 2nd spot. Davenport says, have at it, boys, because I'm cruising on into 3. The Blairsville, Georgia driver looking for his 4th Lucas Oil Championship here in 2024 off at turn 4. Clements Power Plant under the hood this weekend of that Longhorn chassis. Car 49, 12 laps to go. There's the battle back here. Max Blair. Max Blair has gotten around Hudson O'Neal. Max Blair in the 111. He has cleared Hudson O'Neal. Max Blair came in tonight 10th in the championship points. Max up to 4th now. O'Neal is 5th. Thorne is back to 6th. Then it's Ziegler, Harris, Carson, Ferguson. Drake Troutman runs in 10th. Davenport off of turn 4. Man, oh man, oh man. Corey Foss fed the crew chief on that car. It is finely tuned here tonight. 10 laps to go. It's 3.66 seconds the advantage over Devin Moran. And Ricky Thornton Jr., Chris Madden, the crew chief on that 20 RT. Came in tonight tied for 2nd in the points, the championship points with Jonathan Davenport. They both were 30 behind Moran. Moran right now running in 2nd. There's Jonathan Davenport. Down the back straightaway. Former Lucas Oil Late 100 Series Rookie of the Year back in 2012. 3-time series champion, looking for his 83rd career win. His first one here at Pittsburgh off of turn 4. Max Blair not done yet. Max Blair's got one of the fastest cars on the racetrack down this straightaway. And did Blair edge ahead of him? Not quite, but he did that time. He got him into turn number 2. How about Max Blair here late in this race? He has been, if not the fastest car on the racetrack other than Davenport here. And Max Blair, he may need a caution because he has climbed to 3rd down the main straightaway. 7 laps to go for the 111. Brad Spochaz, the car owner. First year in a super late model for the car owner, Brad Spochaz. Max Blair, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the 111. But Davenport, it's 3 seconds over Moran. Blair, McCready, O'Neal, your top 5. .3 seconds. He's cut it down a little bit now behind the 50 Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson right now runs at 11th. In car 58. He will clear him. There's Moran. He's off at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, it's 2.5. Blair is 1.1 behind Moran out of turn number 2. It's 20,000 for 2nd. In this race, 3rd place pays 10. They want that 50, these two here, but they've got to hope for a caution or something to happen to Davenport off at turn 4 with 4 to go. And Dustin will talk to the top 4 in Lucas Oil Victory Lane. And Max Blair, so good at Port Royal back in the month of August. On the podium there, looking for a good run off at turn number 4. He is not done yet. Moran holding on for 2nd. 2.5, a consistent, steady lead for the 49 car. Moran hanging on out of turn 2. Max Blair will have a run on him. Jonathan Davenport out of turn number 4, giving 2 to go to win his first Pittsburgher. He still has to clear the U108 scales, the weight and the droop roll. Remember, it's a pound per lap burn-off in the main events only. As they come out of turn number 2, Devin Moran right there. If he can stay in 2nd, he would maintain the points lead heading to Brownstown, Indiana next weekend, where he won his first feature ever there back in March for the Indian Icebreaker. You see Davenport in front of him as we have the Barron's Performance 1 lap to go. Moran's made up a little bit of time, but it's too little too late. Down the back straightaway, it's down to 1.5 seconds. And for the first time in his career, Jonathan Davenport has won the Pittsburgher off at turn number 4 as he takes the checkered flag. 2nd spot will be the 99 of Devin Moran. 3rd will be Max Blair. 4th, Tim McCready. 5th, Hudson O'Neal. 6th will be Ricky Thornton Jr. 7th, Mason Ziegler. 8th will be Clay Harris. 9th, Carson Ferguson. And 10th will be Drake Troutman. So they will go to the UNO8 scales to make it official. So unofficially, your Big River Steel podium right now, Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, Max Blair. Your Coltman Farms fastest lap of the race, 18.743 by Jonathan Davenport. MD3 most laps led, Jonathan Davenport. Willwood Brakes lucky 7th, Mason Ziegler. Lucky 13th, brought to you by Deathridge Opticians, will be Ross Robinson. As he goes and checks the scales. UNOA scales down there. Jonathan Davenport in the 49 car going with the Clements power plant. He's went back and forth with the Cornet as well here in 2024. Nutrient Ag Solutions, Dynagrow Seed, Lucas Oil Products, Bilstein Shocks, Bobcat of Batesville, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, VP Fuels, and Midwest Sheet Metal, Longhorn Clements. For Lance and Darla Landers, Double L Motorsports, that race team based in Batesville, Arkansas. Again, 2350 minus 70. They can weigh 2280. And he looks like he clears the UNOA scales. Corey Fosfed, the crew chief down there. Now Devin Moran up on the scales. How about the run, fans, for Devin Moran here tonight? 12th to 2nd. Again, unofficially, Max Blair, great run for Max in 3rd. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. So unofficially, 11th on back, Garrett Alberson, Jimmy Owens, Ross Robinson, Rick Eckert, Cody Overton, 15th, 16th, Logan Zarin, 17th, Logan Robertson, 18th, Mike Marlar, 19th, Dalton Wilson, 20th, Boom Briggs, 21st, Michael Norris, 22nd, Corey Lawler, 23rd, Greg Satterley, 24th was Brendan Smith. And again, your top rookie of the race would be Clay Harris. 3 of the rookies finished right there together, 8th, 9th, and 10th, Harris, Ferguson, and Troutman. So Moran clears the scales. That's a $20,000 payday, by the way, for 2nd. Blair for 3rd, $10,000. And Dustin Jarrett, well, he finally did it. He came close a few years ago, and he finally broke the ice here tonight at Pittsburgh. Jonathan Davenport.
It will be his 83rd career win with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, James, and that now puts him in sole possession of 2nd all-time with the series. And you talked about it. He's been so close here so many times. He's led this race 3 different times, or had led it coming in. You can't forget that one a couple years ago when he led the first 93 laps of this race and got passed with 7 laps to go, but he gets a little redemption here this evening. Finally, for the first time in his career, he can claim to be a winner of the coveted Pittsburgher presented by Big River Steel. He hails out of Blairsville, Georgia. Give him a round of applause, the winner of the 36th annual Pittsburgher Superman, Jonathan Davenport. Drops the steering wheel on the roof of the race car. And a lot of things to talk about here. A $50,000 payday, a record payday for this event. JD, congratulations. A win in the playoffs, but more importantly, a win in this event where you've come close so many times. First and foremost, how good does it feel to finally get that Pittsburgher monkey off your back?
Damn, I can't wait to check that box. It's been a while for sure. I've been coming here since 15, first time with Kevin Rumley, and I fell in love with the place. This place is awesome. It's big and wide, and it raced like I would have never dreamed it raced tonight. Like I would have thought for sure it would have moved back up the racetrack at some point, but I don't know. It's just the tire combination they have us on now. Once we kill those edges, it's like we just can't make no speed, so we have to slow down and just make the smallest circle possible. But thanks to my crew for sure. Every one of them has done a really good job today and the whole weekend. Thanks to Lance and Darla Landers, obviously, for giving me this opportunity. Our Clements engine ran great. Longhorn chassis, Bilstein shocks. Steve Martin with Nutrient Ag Solutions, he's been with us since day one. He's not just a sponsor, he's a partner of ours. So just couldn't do it without him, along with Dynagrow Seed, ASC Warranty, Midwest Sheet Metal, Go Lithium Batteries, VP Fuels, Bobcat of Batesville, Martin Automotive, Lucas Oil, Mega Plumbing, everybody that's a small part of this team makes a huge difference. Dirt Wrap, Burt Transmissions, we made a switch on them this year. Kaiser Wheels, just everybody on this car, can't thank them enough.
There was a caution with 28 laps left. That erased, you may not even know this, you had a 7-second lead when that caution flag came out. Were you worried when that caution came out that some of those guys might have an opportunity to get around you on the restart?
Yeah, for sure, because we just got to where we was just, putting around the bottom there, and I was making pretty good time on the lap cars that was still way out, but I knew like we had a pretty good long run there, and like I said before, the edges on our tires were killed, so I didn't know. I figured the first couple laps when we went green would be more momentum, and so I tried to kind of float out and just kind of move around, but like I just didn't feel in the racetrack as good as I needed to, even though after my tires had cooled down. So I just kept migrating back to the bottom there, and then it felt like he stayed with me for a while. Then Corey finally started opening up a little bit right as we started getting to lap cars. So then that's when I just started putting around the bottom again there. It's crazy for me to win this race right around the inside guardrail. I mean, normally I'd be around the outside one or floating through the middle or something. But like I said, just hats off to the track crew. Man, I just love a big wide racetrack. I mean, we go 6 wide for the parade lap. So hopefully some other racetracks take notice.
Last question. How confident is this team after this weekend with 3 races remaining in this Big River Steel chase for the championship?
Well, it definitely helps for sure. Brownstown probably ain't our best track, but we have ran good there before, and we ran really bad there, so it's kind of a crapshoot. But we wanted to have a really good weekend, so I sent Gavin a text, and Corey and Lance Landers, we talked about it. This is actually my Eldora car. We brought up here just because we knew we wanted to make a statement and bring our best piece to this big racetrack. I know that this car, it ain't nothing special about it, but it's just an old girl that I love and I feel confident in, and she just turns really well, and that's the biggest thing you got to do here is be able to steer, and then we can tighten up the back of the car to get in the racetrack. So I didn't really want to say anything to anybody until we got through the weekend here, but she definitely ain't going to Brownstown, so we're going to put her back up, and she'll be back out at Eldora.
All right, we'll see her again here in a couple of weeks. Congratulations. How about it? Superman Jonathan Davenport gets the win. James, back up to you before we grab second and third.
Yeah, great job, Jonathan Davenport. But how about the run, ladies and gentlemen? Devin Moran tonight, 12th to 2nd, and he will maintain the points lead as we head to Brownstown, Indiana next week by 10 over Jonathan Davenport.
Yeah, absolutely. Unofficially, Devin Moran, second place in this race. Very unofficial right now, but it sounds like you may have a 10-point cushion going into Brownstown next week. But first things first, what did you need, other than maybe a better heat race finish, what did you need to be up there where JD is tonight?
Just on that one restart, I watched a ton of film, and the bottom got the top on restarts like 12 out of 15 times, so I thought for sure that bottom would be good, and the top was just cleaned up enough that Hudson got a really good start and then went down into the bottom 1 and 2 and really got me jacked up, so had to get by him and Timmy again. But this Double Down Motorsports Longhorn was really, really good tonight. I felt like we had a great car, and JD did too, obviously, so congrats to him, and I think we're definitely going to have a dogfight these last 3 races.
All right, how about it? The runner-up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Devin Moran. Last night's winner comes home with a second-place finish. And, James, we will make our way over and grab a word with the driver that rounded out the Big River Steel podium, Max Blair.
Yeah, Devin Moran, that keeps that streak alive since June the 21st in 21 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series main events. He has finished in the top 4 19 of those times. Max Blair, great run for him tonight here in a Crown Jewel event, Dustin.
Absolutely, a great run for Max Blair. Max, it felt like you were maybe playing catch-up all weekend, so to speak, and I say that tongue-in-cheek because you kept rallying through the field. Looking back, is there anything you could have done different, specifically this evening, to maybe be a couple positions higher on this Big River Steel podium?
No, even if we started farther forward, I wasn't real good at the beginning of the race. The bottom had so much moisture in it there that the first little while I think you kind of had to be in it, and I wasn't good enough to stay down there. So I just rode around for as long as I could. But once that slowed down and you could run across the racetrack, this thing really come alive, and we got really good there at the end of the race. I thought I was going to run second there for a minute. We got in some lap traffic, and the lap car raced us pretty hard, and I think cost us a possible second. But man, to run third in the Pittsburgher, it's pretty awesome for sure.
How about that? Rounding out the Big River Steel podium here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, from the Keystone State, it's Max Blair. James will send it back up to you for the super clean race recap.
Great job, Dustin Jarrett. Appreciate it. Our Lucas Oil race recap of the night. It'll show in the final standings. Jonathan Davenport led every lap here tonight. He led, in fact, before the only caution of the race by at least 7 seconds. He ends up 1.864 at the finish line ahead of Devin Moran. All eyes are on the 99 car early on as you see him making a move through the field after starting on the outside of row number 6 here tonight. And again, he will maintain his points lead heading to Brownstown, Indiana for 2 shows next Friday and Saturday night. Ricky Thornton Jr., he was in the hunt early on, ended up coming home in position number 6 here tonight. You see the battle back there. Moran, he'll clear McCready, but McCready climbed back into second on that restart. He had gone from 5th to 2nd, but at the finish winds up in 4th. Jonathan Davenport, his 83rd career win, breaks the tie with Jimmy Owens. Only Scott Bloomquist ahead of him right now with 94 career wins. Dustin, your final thoughts. Jonathan Davenport, he's been coming here for what, about 8 or 9 years, finally breaks through here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, James. The one thing that I think that we have found out this weekend is this Big River Steel chase for the championship is wide open, my friend. I think a strong case could really be made for any of the 4 drivers in it right now. Devin Moran was really good here last night. Moran was also really good again here tonight, but he comes up 1 spot short. Tim McCready showed that he could be fast here. He ran up near the front of the field early in this one. And Ricky Thornton Jr., he's shown more flashes of consistency throughout the year as well once moving over to that Kohler Motorsports team. So look, I know we're only 2 races in, but I'm telling you, man, this thing is wide open, and it's going to be a pretty wild ride over the course of these last few events.
And Devin Moran got his first career win ever at Brownstown back in March, DJ, by winning the Indiana Icebreaker. You got 2 at Brownstown, then the finale at Eldora, and you know how good JD is there. I would think Moran would feel a little more comfortable, a little more of advantage heading to the Big E in a few weeks. Right there you see the Big River Steel podium down there. So my final thoughts is that Jonathan Davenport got it done here tonight, but Devin Moran, Max Blair, late race charges. I don't even know if another caution would have helped because we had the 1 caution to get 7 seconds ahead of the field and ends up being a 1.8. Moran was closing there at the end, but ran out of time and ran out of laps. And again, this is the battle also for the Arizona Sports Shirts Crown Jewel Cup and the Brandon Ford TV Challenge race as well. And heading into tonight, Davenport held the advantage in that by 20 over Moran, so he'll still lead that. And he and Moran were tied for the Brandon Ford TV Challenge race, so Davenport will take care of that. Each one of those pay $15,000 to win. Our next Brandon Ford TV Challenge race, Arizona Sports Shirts Crown Jewel Cup, will be next Saturday at Brownstown, Indiana. Well, we hope you enjoyed it. A Chamber of Commerce Day here in Imperial, Pennsylvania. Big crowd, largest car count here in 8 years. And they saw Jonathan Davenport score the win here tonight. first Pittsburgher win worth $50,000. Devin Rannigan's take $20,000 for second. Max Blair third for $10,000. We'll catch you next time. You've been watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. If you're leaving, have a safe trip home. Don't forget, we got the Rush Late Model feature. They're put on a great show here tonight, as they did last night. Mason Ziegler came from 12th. Stay with us. Brian Spade will be coming up next here on MAV TV on Flow Racing.